Hey, what's up? I'm back here again with a plant deck profile. This is probably my last version of the build. I think I'm on version 4 of the deck. But this is the deck build I would love, and it did so successfully. I did this at the regions, which was so bad. I think I would have did a lot better, but this is the deck look I came up with, and it's really good. But it's really weird if you look into it. But explaining the deck, I will explain it after I show you everything. I'm not gonna explain what each card does until after the thing. I think after the vid or the deck list, whatever. Because I feel like me explaining what a card does midway, you don't see the whole deck, so you probably won't see the whole idea until the end. So why I explain it at the end. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and get into the deck list. So of course we got the plants. We got the dandelion, we got the spore, we got the titanium, and we got the long fire. Plants. Pretty much for tour guides. This is why I think it's going to be a weird attack. 2 card Ds. 2 debris dragons. 1 silver sentinel. 1 Zephyr's the elite. 2 snowman eaters begging for a super. 2 veilers. 2 maxis. BLS. 1 trag. And Gores. Alright, on to the spells. Pretty much straightforward. Monster Reborn. Heavy Storm. Dark Hole. Book of Moon, 2 power dualities, 2 enemy controllers, 2 MSTs, 1 monster incarnation, 1 mind control, pot avarice, and foolish. Traps, 3 call the hunted, and 1 transmigration prophecy. Yeah, can't even talk to me. Alright, for the side deck, not side deck, go ahead and jump into the extra deck. Sorry for synchros. 1 Black Rose, Stardust, Shooting Star, Formula, Gunganeer, Scrap Dragon, Catastor. Alright, for the exceeds, we have Wind Up, Maestroke, Utopia, Shockmaster, Timbo, because he's good, Leviathan Dragon, Levier, and Utopia Ray. And a quick glance at our side deck: 2 Tiny Kings, the 3rd Veiler, 2 DD Crows, and Kaiku Ghost Destroyer. 1 spell, which is MST. 3 Royal Decrees. And I'm sorry they all different rarities, but this is common, super, hobby league. Weird. I need to find a common rarity in that. Needle Sailing, D Prison, and Trestles. And that's pretty much the whole basic deck list. Now we can get started into some key points in this deck, and we need to run over it so we can understand what's the main idea of the deck, what's, how does it win, why I chose some of the cards in this deck. For the first deck, I guess I made on the thing, it ran fairly okay. It was my first test. I really liked it that because, Planets came back, Tsukuyomi, I can't even never pronounce her name, Tsukuyomi, came back off the ban list, and I used her in my first build, just to, expand my Raikos and card troopers and stuff. So as the versions get along, I started to dislike the mill because, the mill targets I build are obviously Dandelion, Spore, and Zephyr's the Elite. Now, as far as the mills go, I always end up milling, well, of course, bad cards like spells and stuff, but if I ever hit Dandelion, which is one of the targets I mill, The tokens come out, and they come out sometimes like unexpectedly, and I can't capitalize on full advantage of the tokens at the moment. Like I had Pardon of the Breeze Dragon, Sport or something, it just comes out randomly, and they end up becoming defense tokens, most of the time, and I can't capitalize on those. So I decided maybe to take out the milling and do more searching and draw power, so to replace the milling. So this is the version I came up with that. Now, obviously, I get deeper into the text. Well, for the, plants, they're pretty much the same, I did at one point get mad at this because I think I lost regionals a lot because I always had her like game one. She was always in my hand. It was so hard to get her on the field after that. But she always came through the other games, and she actually won against Heroes one time. And she's so good once you get her on the field and protect her with plants because you can't target on the field, and she's so good with that. And she's so strong in beat sticks and blah blah blah. I can go on forever. But we all get the point of Titanium and the 3 setups, for plants. We get the tour guides, we know they're role players in the deck, rank 3, search Sangan, which is the main point of the deck, it's the search Sangan. Once I get Sangan out, I usually play his effect a lot to get small monsters out. So my, game 1 would be like more searched as far as Maxie's, Veiler, any other small monsters I needed at that time to win me the match. Lone Fire, something to recycle plants. That's why I called the Hunters at 3 in this deck, and I run Zephyr's Elite because of bouncing back Call the Hunted is good. Bouncing back summoning the Breeze Dragon, bouncing back the Veiler or the Maxie back to my hand to recycle it. And I can exceed for 4, or if I had Spore in my graveyard, I can go into number 16, which the reason why I run him now is because of stall decks as far as Exodia, Chain Burn. It's also a nice factor for Royal Decree. Like, for example, if I go against, like, maybe, let's say, Exodia deck game 2, the trap version, if I can get Royal Decree on the field and 16, I was 16 for spells, and I would Royal Decree for traps, obviously. And there's nothing they can do about it, and I swing for victory. So, that's the reason for that. Card Ds. Like I said, my deck has, turns where it doesn't do anything. Maybe this is really good with first turn Chigodia or first turn Gores. He's just excellent. I love this card. He's so fun. Like, if I get him first turn, I feel like I always have the advantage over my opponent, unless it gets Veiler. But obviously, if it gets Veiler, it's no big deal. The deck is really consistently good, except for when it draws Titanium. So that's about the only bad draw. But any starting hand is like you can play with. It's really versatile, depending on how the user plays with the deck, whatever. But the way I play with it, since I know what I'm drawing, what deck, what's in my deck, I feel like I can control very well, what I top deck into. The Breeze Dragons are obvious. Sun Sentinel, weird choice. A lot of decks run 3 MSTs. They like to destroy back row, or they ought to go to the back rows like dark rows and stuff. So, it's a little fun first turn card just to set card D, whatever, end turn. And, they're like MST. Now, if they MST this when they have no cards on the field, they get so scared. They always, every time this happens on Dueling Network, they always freeze. And they sit there and read the effect, because they never seen it really used like that. So they get scared, and sometimes people don't do anything, and I take advantage of that. And sometimes people set, I think someone I drew, played a card trooper was probably like the best response to, that's the best response I've seen. But if they set back row, people, don't understand the card, they'll set back row, end turn, I blow it up, special summon him, and go into, play. But he's really good. And I signed him out game 2 and 3, if he's not used, or I know my opponent is not really trying to blow up back row. Or, of course, they get scared. They side out their stuff, because I don't run that many traps to MST. Zephyr's Elite kind of went over his combos. Snowmans, Makeup Gunganeer, Veilers. We don't need to get into all the other, nonsense. We pretty much know what each role play does. And same thing with the dualities. For card D reference, same thing. If I can't draw, if I don't attack or chill that turn, it's not going to be every turn where I'm always defensive, but, I'm a lot of times defensive. So, you know, it'd be a good time to pop a duality and then set Snowman Eater or, you know, Sangan, you know, get into that. To make the deck more consistent. Game 1, I always want my deck to be consistent. I don't care if a whole bunch of stop power, like warnings and all that stuff. I don't believe in all those cards. I believe in getting your combo out. You get a basic idea around your deck. My deck is around plants and abusing their abilities. So, Call the Hunted, Sangan, Search, whatever. No stop power. You see no stop power. Everything is built around my deck. That's why I feel like I does, you know, very successfully. That's my opinion. I could, you know, other people might disagree with me with that. So, you know, side deck, I'm not going to get into it. I have my reasons for it. And, of course, extra deck. The only one I will, you know, especially stick out as number 16 is because people ask me how do I get them out. I have many different ways. The maybe one turn way I can get them out is summoning the Breeze Dragon, get any monster that I want, bash them back with Reserve versus the Elite, and then banish for Spore, and I have 16. Or I can, you know, drop Trag, you know, or I can go through Silver Sentinels effect, and then, you know, sometimes if they MST and I get attacked directly, I drop Trag, you know, special summon Sentinel, and maybe summon, like, you know, him, and then go into 16. So there's many ways I drop it. I drop it every once in a while, not every game, but, you know, I don't need him every game because my deck is so, you know, versatile. I don't really need him like that. But just for the negating factor or, you know, control factor to balance that out, because since I don't control game 1, obviously, but game 2 and 3 gets a little bit more forcefully with the traps that I side out or side into. So, all right, and I believe this is version 4 of the deck. So I hope you guys love the deck. This might be my last version, or, you know, the last version of this plant deck I'm building, because I feel like this is the best one I made so far. So this did really well in regionals. I wish I had this build, and I think I would have did a lot better. But of course, I can't beat Dark Road, so it's the only deck I'm really scared of. Everything else I can pretty much beat. Skill Drain, Macro, you know, anything like that. But it's just Dark Roads are just too good. All right. Thank you for watching my deck list, and I appreciate it. And for now on, I'm gonna probably go through my deck like that first to save time, and so you can get a basic idea. If y'all want to hear explanations of it, then, you know, I'll do it towards the end. But for now on, that's pretty much how I'm gonna do my videos. All right, you guys take care.